All right.
Okay, everyone, please be seated. Oh, we do? Okay. Which is open PDFs? What is this? Do I want to say yes? Always open PDFs in Acrobat Reader? I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to deal with that now. Maybe what got me out of darn it. Number 5. That's it. Okay, we're on the record. Could the interpreter identify himself for the record, please?
Of course, good afternoon.
Him or herself. Good afternoon.
This is Lázaro Fernandez, court interpreter.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is the 2 o'clock calendar on June 11th, 2025.
Muy bien, buenas tardes a todos. Nos encontramos en la agenda de las 2 de la tarde del día 11 de junio del 2025.
The court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
Las órdenes emitidas por el juez para la toma de huellas dactilares y ADN emitidas el primer día de este mes de ese calendario estarán en efecto.
Okay. When I call your name, you'll stand behind the podium and give me your name and your date of birth.
Cuando diga su nombre, por favor pase y colóquese detrás del podio. Me va a decir su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
I will not say out loud all of your release conditions. They will be on your paperwork.
No voy a decir en voz alta todas sus medidas cautelares. Estas van a aparecer en los documentos que les serán entregados.
If I do set a secured bond for you, you can go through a bonding company.
Si fijo una fianza respaldada en su caso, pueden ustedes hacer esto o obtener esa mediante una compañía de fiancistas judiciales.
It is my understanding they do take collect phone calls.
Tengo entendido que ellos aceptan llamadas telefónicas pagándose ellos las llamadas.
Names and numbers of bonding companies are on some of the walls in the jail. If you don't find one, you can always ask one of the officers for their assistance.
Los nombres y números telefónicos de estas compañías de fiancistas aparecen en las paredes adentro de la cárcel, pero si no encuentran ustedes una, pueden solicitarle a uno de los agentes de detención que les ayude.
At a minimum, for release conditions, it'll say no drugs without a valid prescription and do not drive without a valid driver's license.
Bueno, por lo menos en las medidas cautelares van a reflejar que no deben encontrarse en tenencia de consumir drogas sin una receta vigente y válida y no manejar sin tener una licencia de manejo vigente y válida.
Okay. Let's call the first case. Jorge Velázquez.
Muy bien, convocamos el primer caso a Jorge Velázquez.
Señor, your name and date of birth, please.
Señor, me dice por favor su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Mi nombre es Jorge Velázquez y mi fecha de nacimiento es 0824-1995.
My name is Jorge Velázquez and my date of birth is 08/24/1995.
Okay, sir, you are charged with the domestic violence charge of assault, a class 1 misdemeanor.
Muy bien, señora, a usted se le acusa de un ilícito de violencia intrafamiliar, agresión, una falta de clase 1.
Your case will be heard at the Goodyear City Court. The address will be on your paperwork.
Su caso será ventilado en el tribunal de la ciudad de Goodyear y la fecha de comparecencia va a aparecer en los documentos que les serán entregados.
A lawyer will be appointed for you at your next court date in the Goodyear City Court.
Se le nombrará un abogado para que le represente en la próxima audiencia que tiene usted en el tribunal de la ciudad de Goodyear.
Your next court date out there will be on June 25 in the afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Su próxima fecha de comparecencia ya va a ser el día 25 de junio en la tarde a la 1 de la tarde.
You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims.
No debe de regresar usted al supuesto lugar de los hechos ni iniciar contacto con la supuesta víctima o víctimas.
You must find an alternative residence and provide proof of that residence.
Debe de usted encontrar una vivienda alterna y presentar prueba de esta.
You may return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer on a civil standby to pick up your personal effects.
Puede regresar usted una vez a su vivienda con la presencia de un agente policial, para lo que se le llame una visita civil, para que pueda usted extraer alguna de sus pertenencias.
That'll be your responsibility to set that up with the police department.
Será su responsabilidad el poder coordinar esto con la jefatura de la policía.
But I am going to release you on your own recognizance, so you'll be getting out in a few hours, but make sure you make it all your court dates.
Puede permitir que sea usted excarcelado bajo caución juratoria, así que usted va a ser excarcelado dentro de un par de horas. Solo asegúrese de presentarse usted a todas las audiencias futuras.
Okay. You can step to your
Yes.
left, please.
Puede pasar usted acá a la izquierda, por favor, gracias.
Okay, just make a general announcement. We make sure we have no other Spanish speakers, please.
Yes, of course, Your Honor, it will be my pleasure. Buenas tardes. ¿Se encuentra presente alguien más que requiera de la ayuda del intérprete judicial el día de hoy?
Oh, we have one possible person.
I see no hand.
I thought gentleman in the white was raising his hand. Oh, something else? You do not need an interpreter?
No, he was asking for.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
My pleasure, Your Honor. You're as well. Thank you.
Okay. Is Deputy County Attorney Lauren Marshall on the line?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Let's call Robin Oliver. Your name and date of birth, please.
Robin Oliver, 11/20/89.
Okay. This is in regard to 2025 124-234-001. You are charged with manslaughter, a Class 2 felony, and 4 counts of endangerment, a Class 6 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at 8:30 in the morning at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. You'll have a status conference on June 17th. And at this time, and your lawyer will explain to you what I mean by this, is right now is scheduled for June 19th at 8:30 at the same address. I would note the prosecutor is going to, Ms. Marshall is going to give her input in a second. I've received 3 victim statements in regard to this case that I have reviewed. So let me hear from Ms. Marshall.
Your Honor, I believe I only received one victim impact statement that begins with "Our family is in complete shock and at a total loss for words." Is that one of the victim impact statements that you received?
Okay, let me see. I just received 2 just before court started. That's why. On behalf of my family, we're all devastated. That one?
No, mine is "Our family
Okay.
is in complete shock and at a total loss for words."
Okay, let me see. Yeah, that was the first one. So, and I received 2 others just very recently. I think you can guess who they were probably from. Anyway, but I have reviewed them. Okay.
Okay.
You may want to check it out in the system, see that you have them now.
Okay,
But
and I
either
guess
way.
just for the record, Lauren Marshall appearing on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $200,000 cash bond. The events that led Ms. Oliver before this court are egregious and extremely concerning to the state regarding the safety of others on the roadway. As indicated in the Form 4, the suspect was operating a motor vehicle with a passenger in the front passenger seat. Based on the roadway evidence and dynamics of the collision, the vehicular crimes detectives do believe that speed is a possibility in this case. The suspect's, blood was also drawn at the hospital, and hospital staff informed the vehicular crimes unit detective who was at the hospital that the suspect's blood alcohol concentration was a 0.342. That is nearly 4 times the legal limit, Your Honor. In this case, the suspect was allegedly driving at a higher rate of speed. There were multiple vehicles stopped on Buckeye Road at a point where a train was getting ready to cross. The arms for that train were down and flashing as these vehicles were stopped waiting for the train to pass. The suspect seemingly failed to slow down to avoid striking these vehicles, struck multiple vehicles that resulted in the death of her front seat passenger. The state is extremely concerned given the reckless conduct in this case of operating a motor vehicle while impaired by alcohol, and also potentially driving at a high rate of speed above the speed limit. The state has also reviewed the criminal history for the suspect too. It does show similar conduct and a DUI arrest from, I believe it's 2013 out of California. This is not the first time that this individual has been put on notice of the dangers that can arise by operating a motor vehicle while impaired. And the suspect, got behind the wheel while impaired by alcohol again and put many, many lives at risk of death and serious physical injury. And Mr. Scoggins ultimately paid the price as he did die as a result of his injuries. Given the extreme concern the state has for this individual to get behind a wheel while impaired by drugs or alcohol, the state does believe that a $200,000 cash bond is appropriate in light of the extreme danger she poses to the community, Your Honor. And I will note, I did receive a statement from some next of kin, and as the court indicated, the court has reviewed that, but in the letter that I've received, it does express devastation and shock at the death of their loved one, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, first of all, let me make this clear. I've already given you the court date. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol. I am aware of your record, not the DUI, but I was aware of you have at least one failure to appear and I think 3 felony priors. One of them is an aggravated assault. The victim letters basically talk about how the family is devastated and that the gentleman who was killed was leaving behind 3 young sons, and so the family is quite devastated by that. I know the state now is asking for a bond of $200,000 cash bond. The court's not going to do that, but it's doing something a little bit different. If you are able to post your bond, you'll be on electronic monitoring. If you remove it, it's a felony. It can be installed only during Monday to Fridays from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. And with a curfew, you can only leave your home during hours set or approved by your pretrial service officer. Your bond is set in a security appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. So you can go through a bonding company, but the court takes the allegations very, very seriously. We are in recess. Okay.
Your Honor, and I might have missed it. Does the release conditions also require the defendant or the suspect to test through pretrial services if her bond is posted?
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. I do have it on there. Both alcohol and drug testing and monitoring. Okay, so
Thank
if
you, Your
you're
Honor.
able to get out, you have to be in contact with them to make sure you get your testing for both alcohol and drug testing. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
And I did appoint a lawyer for you if I didn't already mention that. Okay, thank you. All right, Francisco Moreno. Okay, sir. Good afternoon. Your name and date of birth, please.
Francisco Moreno Jr., 6181.
Okay, apparently I thought you wanted an interpreter, but you had all your issues answered?
Yeah, okay.
Because it just happened to be gesturing.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that.
Asked. No problem. Just want to make sure everyone knows what's going on. Okay. A couple of things we got to go over right now in regard to your case. All right. Mr. Moreno, let me go over what the charges are right now, okay? 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felonies. 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, Class 2 felonies. 1 count of possession, manufacturing, possess, or sell a prohibited weapon. Possession or use of a weapon or drug offense. Possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felonies. Unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, Class 5. Possession of drug paraphernalia, and theft, all Class 6 felonies. Now, based on limited information, 1 of the narcotic drugs possessed for sale and 2 counts of dangerous drugs for sale, at this time, with the limited information, I cannot find probable cause. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with it. Just right now, I can't. I'm not considering it, all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, give me 1 second here. I am pointing a look. Now, here's the thing I want to remember to tell you. You said you can be hiring your own attorney?
Not at the moment.
Okay, because that's what you told pretrial services. But I'm appointing a lawyer for you now.
Okay.
Okay? But if you decide you're going to be able to hire your own attorney, then that attorney would file what's called a notice of appearance, and the court-appointed attorney would be relieved. But right now, I'm appointing an attorney for you either way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But that's why I said several things I want to tell you. That's the key.
Okay.
One of the key things, all right? So you will have an attorney no matter what. If you're able to hire your own attorney, fine. If not, yeah, you're fine. You have an attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street, Phoenix. Status conference on June 17th at 8:30, and the witness preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30. All right. The prosecutors were asking for a $75,000 security appearance bond, and I'm not making it that. I'm going to get a $50,000 security appearance bond with an electronic monitoring, with an ankle bracelet, and with a curfew. So if you get out, before you get out, if you post your bond, you would have to have an ankle bracelet put on you, and you'd have to check with pretrial officer before about hours you'd be able to leave your home. All right. So
okay.
Your left, please. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Alex Cortez. So your name and date of birth, please.
Alex Michael Cortez, August 28th, 1993.
All right, sir. I'm appointing a lawyer for you also. You are charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, impeding breathing, 1 count of aggravated assault based on a violation of the court order, and 2 counts of interference with judicial proceedings. Those last 2 charges of interference with judicial proceedings are Class 1 misdemeanors. You also have your court dates at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 in the morning for a status conference on June 17th, and a witness preliminary hearing at this time is scheduled for June 19th. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. No drugs without a valid prescription. You got to find an alternative residence, and you must obey all terms of orders of protection, which are good for. It's 2 years from the date of service, which I think was March 15th of this year.
I'm sorry, could you repeat just that last part?
You have to abide by any orders of protection, and my understanding, one was served upon you in March of this year, and they're good for 2 years. So that would bring it to 2027, all right?
Okay.
All right. The state was asking for a bond of $25,000. I'm making it a $5,000 security appearance bond, but absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. You understand that? By both the order of protection and by my order. All right.
Oh, so I won't be released?
If you post your bond.
Okay.
Step your luck, please.
I mean, I have two children to take care of, and I just got I have an interview Friday.
You'll talk to your lawyer and see if that can be changed. But right now, that is your bond. It's a lot less than what the state was asking for. So step your luck, please. Kenneth Begay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Kenneth McGee, 5/4/1991.
Okay, sir, I know you're on probation for aggravated assault on a peace officer. You're alleged to violate terms 3, 4, and 5. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your probation revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson on June 18th at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of the can initiate contact with the original victim or victims or return to any scene. That applies. No weapons, not possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs. If you get out, you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. And another judge set bond for you in the amount of security appearance bond of $1,000. If you post your bond, contact your probation officer within 72 hours and make all your court dates. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Rachel Pond. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Rachel Pond, 1/19/89.
Yeah, you got a bench warrant at Superior Court on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You already have a lawyer on the case. You'll have your status conference at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 on June 17th, in 6 days from now. And your judge set bond in the amount of $1,000. So if you post a bond, you better show up. All right, step to your left, please. Step to your left, please. Tabara Khalaf. Your name and date of birth, please.
Tabara Khalaf, February 25, 2001.
All right, you got three things before me. One's a probation violation. And you're on probation for, just remind myself, theft. You're alleged to have violated term 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Now, let me explain something to you, because you also have another case in the Superior Court. Initially, they'll be in 2 different buildings. You might have initially two different lawyers, but they'll probably be combined into 1 building and 1 lawyer. So when you meet your lawyer, say probably a new case, just remind him or her that you have the probation violation, so you don't get forgotten about and have a warrant issued on the probation violation. All right, and then likewise on the other charge, which was a city court charge, they'll transport you. Okay, unless you post bond, then you have to make your way there. All right, so anyway, on the probation violation, your revocation arraignment hearing is June 18th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, these terms apply to all 3-year cases. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. No possession or consumption of alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Obviously, you can't have any contact with any original victim or victims. All right, and bond and that is set in the amount of $500 security appearance bond. Then you have a new case, 2 counts of aggravated assault, class 5 felonies, appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison, which is different from the other place. But your status conference will be June 17th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30. Same release conditions, except the bond on that one will be $1,000 security appearance bond. Then finally, you have a warrant at a surprise city court on 2 counts of shoplifting. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date. Now, I'm not sure how they'll do this because you're scheduled in Surprise City Court on June 17th at 1:30. So I'm not sure they'll get you there in time. I'm not sure. You'll have to talk to your lawyers about that. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or the complainant. You cannot possess, and the same other release conditions. Bond on that one is $500 security appearance fine.
How much for second, Your Honor?
Yeah.
How much the bond?
Yeah, I took a, how much bond total? It's 500 on this one. 1,500 and total $2,000 security appearance bond. Remember, you're in 3 different courts, so you got to make sure you make all your court dates, all right?
Okay.
And check your paperwork so you know where to go, all right?
Yes,
Step to your left, please. Daniela Araiza? Your name and date of birth, please.
Danielle Reza, 3/16/2000.
All right, you have a warrant out of the Youngstown Municipal Court. The address will be on your paperwork. These are for offenses that alleged to have occurred on January 31st, 2019, over 6 years ago. Assault, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 count of criminal damage. A lawyer will be appointed for you on the next court date if it hasn't already been done. You'll be at Youngstown City Court on June 16th at 9 o'clock. One second here. They actually set a bond fee of $2,200. I'm reducing it to $500 security appearance bond. It's my understanding also you're on probation. Let me just double check that. Hold on 1 second, yeah. Yeah, you have a total of 5 matters before me here. It's my understanding you're on probation, so obviously if you get out for all these cases, and you have to contact the probation office in 72 hours, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. So that one you'll be due in the Youngstown City Court, June 16th at 9 o'clock. As I said, a lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date if it hasn't already been done. Then that's in CM 2019-000005. Then in CR 2022-07042, you're here on a probation violation. You're on probation possession of drug paraphernalia. Appoint a lawyer for you. On your probation violations, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. It'll be the same one for each one, okay? Your court dates will be the same at 201 West Jefferson on June 18th at 8:30. You're led to violate terms 3 and 5. As said, contacting the probation officer within 72 hours and the other conditions. Bond on that one is set by another judge, amount of $250. Then let's go to 2019-157898. Once again, another probation violation. Appoint a lawyer for you, same court date, same alleged violations. Bond is another $250. I believe that's also you're on probation for drug paraphernalia. Then we have 2023 121605002. It's your 3rd probation violation. That you're on probation for shoplifting. You alleged violated once again terms 3 and 5, same court dates, same lawyer, and you can't return to the scene of the original crime or have any contact with any complainant or witness. And on the other conditions remain the same. Another $250 security appearance bond. And then finally, you have 2024-107832. That's an arrest warrant on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, both class 4 felonies, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. And bond is $250. That way they transport you either way. Okay. And that the court date will be June 17th at 8:30. Witness public hearing on June 19th at 8:30, and that'll be at 175 West Madison. Oh, bond is $150, I'm sorry. It's, the other one's a $250, $750, so it's total $850 if my arithmetic is correct. But I reduced the bond, but otherwise I wouldn't transport you and then just have a warrant. So that way they'll transport you. All right? Step to your left, please. Dale West. Okay, Captain, your name and date of birth, please.
Dale Anthony West, 110584.
All right, so you've got a bench warrant at Superior Court on the possession of dangerous drugs and possession and burglary in the third degree, both class 4 felonies. You already have a lawyer on the case. Here's a hold somewhere else. Where's that from?
A what? Oh.
Scottsdale.
Is it Phoenix?
Scottsdale.
What's Scottsdale? You have a hold. Have you seen a judge in Scottsdale today?
No, sir.
So probably tomorrow morning.
Whenever Scottsdale comes to pick him up.
Okay, but then we have a hold out of Scottsdale. And a $500 bond out of Scottsdale that they set, okay? Nothing to do with this court, okay?
So,
but I'm just mentioning it to you.
okay, do I go to Scottsdale from here? Or
Well, whenever, like the officer said, whenever they pick you up.
Okay.
My guess will probably be tomorrow morning, but I can't guarantee it, all right? Anyways, going back to your case here, you had a bench warrant at a Superior Court. You already have a lawyer. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on June 17th and a witness preliminary hearing on June 19th, both at 8:30. Bond is set on that is $500, but right now you got that hold out of Scottsdale in addition to that. Okay, so you postpone on this. It won't change the fact you're still being held in Scottsdale. Okay? All right, step to your left, please. Miguel Camarena. Sorry. Your name and date of birth, please.
Miguel Camarena, 01/01/2000.
Okay, sir, you have two matters before me. One is probation violation. Just double check one thing. I guess you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. I appoint a lawyer for you. You'll have your revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th, 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. You're alleged to violate term 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours of release. No possession or consumption of any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, no weapons, and bond was set for you in the amount of $250, security appearance bond on that. Then you have a case out of the Wickenburg City Court. I guess it's post-adjudication. Same release conditions. I reduced the bond on that as $100 because they can transport you. Your arraignment hearing there is June 18th in Wickenburg at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you have to obey any terms of orders of protection or any orders for injunctions against harassment that have been issued or will be issued. Okay? Sir, is there any order of protection against you orders of protection against you right now?
Any what?
Is there an order of protection out against you?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think that's, I have to change that. I don't think that applies to you. Let me just double check something, okay? Yeah, I'm going to amend that because it doesn't apply to you. Okay. Didn't sound right when I said it to you. Yes, excuse me, I do want, let me explain to you what the situation is. Then you have the other case out of Wickenburg City Court, disorderly conduct, it's a warrant, threatening, intimidating, assault, criminal damage, and interference with judicial proceedings, basically disobeying an order or mandate of the court. So I'm assuming it's order of protection. So I don't know for a fact that's what it is. Okay. So if it doesn't apply, you don't have to worry about violating it, right? Okay. And you'll be in that court on June 18th at 9 o'clock in the Wickenburg Town Court. The address will be in your paperwork. A lawyer will be appointed for you in the next court date. Same release conditions, except the bond on that one will be $100. All right, I lowered the bond on that. Step to your left, please. Daisha Alvara.
Hello, Your Honor.
Your name and date of birth, please.
I'm here on special appearance, sir. I don't have a name and I don't have a date of birth. I don't wish to contract with your guys' business today.
All right. Well, there are a couple things. We can have you fingerprinted to make sure. Would it be a mistake to refer to you as Deja Olvera or Deja Sizer?
Not Sizer.
What?
No, not Sizer.
All right. Well, when have to.
She has her fingerprints.
Fingerprints was confirmed that she's both.
I can call Avi and double check.
Okay, we're going to call her last then. You'll sit back there.
I just want you to know I do own the rights to my name. That's
How do we know you own? Who are you? Do you say you won't say who you are?
Huh?
If you won't say who you are, you say you owe money, but it doesn't mean anything to me right now. If you won't.
It's just because my name is a business. It's an LLC.
It's a what?
It's an LLC. It's a business.
Your name is a LLC?
Mm-hmm,
all right.
yes,
Let me ask you this.
And I can bring documents.
When you were born, on your birth certificate, what's the name?
On my birth certificate, it's Todd.
It's what?
Todd.
Just one name?
Well, Daisha Todd.
What?
Daisha Todd.
Okay, and at one point, was it Sizer or Olvera?
Yes.
Okay, so both apply. You've been referred to Daisha Olvera and Daisha Sizer at times in your life?
At a point. C.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, means yes?
Yes.
Okay, because if you were in a trial, the court reporter would say the same thing. They got to make sure they know what it is. And would you agree? 1 second here. And would you agree your birth certificate indicates that you were born on September 20th, 1989?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know what LLC stands for?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
It means that I have a business that I operate.
No, what does
with.
LLC mean? What does it stand for?
I'm not sure.
Well, you say you're an LLC, so what does it mean to you?
Well, I have a dual partnership that I have for my business. So
I understand. Okay, that's a
it.
business. I'm talking to you personally. What does LLC mean as you as a person?
Well, it's under a DBA of doing business as.
No, that's doing as a business.
It is a business.
Person.
I have taken my strawman name is in all caps, and I have turned it into a business that I operate under.
All right. So let's.
And I can bring the affidavits and everything.
Well, right now, for the point of this, we've established your identity, I don't think you really understand what LLC applies in regard to the person, but that's neither. It looks like you're on probation out of Pinal County, and they have a hold on her, right?
That's the information we have.
What?
I'm pulling up to.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the second case, but under Daisha Olvera on the 2025-124-237, you're charged with, in the Santan Justice Court, criminal trespass, the second degree, class 2 misdemeanor, and 3 counts of disorderly conduct, class 2 misdemeanor. A lawyer will be appointed for you. Next court date, you'll be at the Santan Justice Court on June 16th. And actually, it's a Justice Court. I'm gonna change this to the actual lawyer and that make it simpler. Okay, a lawyer is appointed for you, and you're also, since you're on probation, so I'm going to add some other terms. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You have to possess alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Now, because you got a hold on the other case. And by the way, if you want to, it says you don't want an attorney to represent yourself.
I know, I would like an attorney.
You what?
I would like an attorney.
Yeah, I am appointing one for you, I'm saying.
Okay.
Because at court, at your next court date, because I know I've been in that situation before, as a judge, we have to make a decision about whether someone can represent themselves. We have to make sure someone's, there's a lot of questions have to be asked, so just saying I'm appointing one for you on both cases.
Okay.
So I just want to make that clear. And by the way, what pretrial services said something about your mother, who's the alleged victim in this case, does not want with her. They typed it in wrong, but I'll tell you, I have a statement from her. She does not want to press charges.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to point it. So I'm not sure what we said to pretrial services. It just didn't get typed right, so it didn't make any sense. But I did read her thing. She was concerned about your health. But she also doesn't want to press charges. So I'll be up to the state. Okay, in regard to that. But I'm just letting you know that's what she wrote to the court.
Okay.
And so, nevertheless, that's something in the future about whether charges proceed on this. But because you're going to have to be transported forward on the other one, and you want to be transported in this one, I said bond, it's a cash bond of $10.
$10.
On this one. Now, because so you'll probably go to this court first. Now, you have a warrant out of Pinal County Superior Court.
I shouldn't. I went and saw the judge the day before.
Let me just tell you, I don't know anything because it's an out-of-county warrant. I don't have very much information.
Okay,
so
shouldn't be a warrant.
If it's taken care of, it'll be
I already took care of it.
Well, right now, it doesn't show it's taken care of, but we'll see what happens.
I saw them yesterday.
Okay. It's on a failure to appear.
Yep, I saw the judge yesterday, and he reset it for the 24th with Judge Reed. Okay,
right now, the only information I can just tell you, because you can tell me all you want, but it doesn't mean anything to me, because I don't have any information on it. So we set court date on June 16th at 8:30 in Pinal County. But obviously, if it's changed, if it's some different paperwork,
okay,
it's fine. And they said bond in the amount of $150 cash bond. And to get out, contact the probation officer in 72 hours. All right? Step to your left, please. Angel Limon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Your name and date of birth, please.
Angel Limon, 7/11/97.
Okay. Now, you are charged in Superior Court in 2025-124-233 with aggravated DUI, Class 4 felony. Okay? It's based on suspension or revocation. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Don't lose your paperwork. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix for a status conference on June 26th at 8:30. At this point, a witness preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30. All right? You're not to consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Now, you'll get a packet from the officer. Read it carefully. Oh, don't go anywhere yet.
Sorry.
Well, I'm saying to read it carefully because you're going to have to contact pretrial services, make sure you do alcohol testing and comply with their conditions, because I'm going to release you to pretrial services. So that means you get out in a few hours, but if you don't do your alcohol testing, if you don't comply with their conditions, there'll probably be another warrant. So, and also make sure you make your court dates, June 26th and June 30th. So it'll be about 3-4 hours before you get out, though.
Okay.
You have to be processed.
All right.
Okay. Read carefully the materials you get.
Thank you.
Leonard Jimenez.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Your name and date of birth, please.
Leonard Jimenez, or Leonard Nixon Jimenez, July 21st, 1972.
Okay, very good, sir. You have an arrest warrant at Superior Court on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, both Class 4 felonies. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, sir. You'll be in court at 175 West Madison Street on June 26th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30. Make sure you make those court dates, all right?
Okay.
And I'm releasing you to pretrial services. You'll be getting out in about 4 hours, but you got to contact them, read the materials you get, because you have to have drug testing and comply with their conditions, or else there'll be a warrant for you, all right?
Okay.
So be smart and show up for court and keep in contact with them and do your drug testing. Yeah.
I didn't even know I had this warrant right
What?
here. I didn't know I had this warrant. If I would have knew it, I would have took care of it, you know?
Well, it's fine, so you're getting released, so just follow your
Okay.
conditions now, okay?
Got you.
All right, step to your left.
Thank you.
Miguel Estrada Garcia. Good afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Miguel Garcia Estrada, 29 de septiembre del
Use
97.
a little louder your date of birth.
¿Cómo?
Your date of, in English. Because you apparently speak English, right?
Sí, sí, en español.
Spanish only? He's Spanish only.
All right, let's get the interpreter back on the line.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I understand little bit.
So we need an interpreter.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, estamos esperando la interpretación.
Miguel, you want me to have it today?
It depends.
I don't know.
All right, 2 minutes into more. That's better. And as soon as we get an interpreter, we'll call him out then. Okay. That's why we ask. But, Warren Hudson.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Warren Jeremiah Hudson, 090206.
Okay. All right, so you got a charge of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street in downtown Phoenix on June 26th at 8:30 for a status conference. Witness film hearing on June 30th at 8:30. You'll be out in about 4 hours because I'm releasing you to pretrial services. Same thing, read the packet because you have to be in one second, don't go anywhere yet. You have to be in compliance with pretrial services and also do drug testing. So if you don't contact them, you'll probably have another warrant, okay?
Okay, sir.
You have a question?
Yes, sir, I do.
Go ahead.
That warrant that I had on my thing about with the gun.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Oh, you have 2 matters. Okay, I'm sorry. Here, let's talk about the second one, okay? That's a warrant at a Superior Court arrest warrant, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, class 4 felony, false reporting to, I know I didn't look at it different because one had Warren Hudson, the other one has Hudson Warren. Okay, on the calendar, either way, it's either the same person. So false reporting to law enforcement officer for class 1 misdemeanor, possession of weapon by a prohibited possessor. I appoint a lawyer for you on that one. And let's see if the court dates are the same. Yeah, 6/26 and 6/30, same place, okay?
Yeah. I was going to say.
Hold on 1 second. No, don't go anywhere yet. And you can't possess any weapons, but likewise, instead of a bond, which had been ordered, I'm releasing your pretrial services on that one also.
Thank
Okay,
you,
does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but be smart about the pretrial services, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Do nothing?
No,
Try it. Gerardo Enzorina.
Gerardo Anzorena, February 24th, 1981.
Slowly say your last name. I want to see how well I did with it.
Anzorena.
Oh, good. I got it. Okay. I like to show respect to people by pronouncing their names correctly. That's why it's important to me. All right, sir. You are charged with possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4. Excuse me, strike that. So you're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, class 1 misdemeanor in the Wickenburg Town Court. So the address is out there. You know how far away it is. Okay, and I cannot appoint a lawyer for you, but you'll be back there at 9 o'clock in the morning on June 25th. Don't forget, because I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, all right? So be there, that's important.
Thank you, sir.
All right, step to that. Stephen Monroe. right, your name and date of birth, please.
Stephen L. Monroe Jr., 8/14/72.
All right, so you got charged with possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. Appoint a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street on June 26th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30. Sir, I'm releasing your pretrial services with drug testing, so read your packet carefully. You have to contact them to be in compliance with them and do the drug testing. If you don't, it'll be a warrant for you. You cannot possess any weapons. You cannot possess or consume any alcohol. You can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you've got to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Apparently, you're on probation in Montana, so contact your Montana probation officer. All right, that's very important. That's a condition of your release. All right, step to your left, please. Hatim Adam.
Hello. Good evening.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Hatim Adam.
Oh, Adam. I thought it'd be Adam. Okay, Adam. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
July 25th, 73.
It's 8/14/72. Your date of birth is August 14th?
July?
No, August. Oh, it's July, you're saying?
No, I say July.
It's a date of birth. I'm sorry.
July 25th, 73.
1 second. July 25th, 73. Okay. All right, sir, you got two matters before me. One is a warrant out of the Country Meadows Justice Court. Bear in mind, your address will be on your paperwork. On a driving license suspended, I cannot appoint a lawyer for you. You'll be at the Country Meadows Justice Court on June 26th at 8:30. Even though they want a bond of $545, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, so you'll be getting out in a few hours. You also have a warrant, you have a new case on the same charge, driving license suspended, July 1st at 1:30 at the West McDowell Justice Court. Let me just check something here. All right, so it's 2 different times, 2 different places. Be smart. I assume you did not have a pleasant experience being here, right?
Yeah.
So as a result, show up for your 2 courts, so you don't have to come back to the jail. Okay?
What?
If you show up for court, you won't have warrants against you, and don't drive without a valid driver's license. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be out in a few hours. All right, step to your left, please.
Good.
Amanda Webster.
Did you understand
Oh.
what he said, or do you need an interpreter?
No, did you, excuse me, strike that. We're still on the record for Mr. Hatim Adam. Sir, is Arabic your primary language?
Yes.
Have you understood absolutely everything I've said to you? I'm going to recall in a second. Okay, so we'll have a language line. Thank you. Because I'm doing it on the basis, just judging by his reactions to some of the things. I agree with the officer, the same feeling on that. Whichever one you want to do first. Arabic or Spanish. Your name and date of birth, please.
Amanda Webster, September 5th, 1996.
Okay, you are charged with in town of Wickenburg Court. The address will be your paperwork, possession of drug paraphernalia. I cannot appoint a lawyer for you. Make sure you're there at 9 o'clock in the morning on June 25th, but I'm releasing you on your recognizance. Make sure you're there, okay? So
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You'll be out in a few hours. Okay, except for the 2 people who need interpreter and the 2 last matters, everyone else must go back. We have to wait for the interpreters.
What's that?
We have to wait for this. Keep the 2 people here for interpreters.
Yes.
And we have 2 other people I have to call, but everyone else must well head out now.
So he needs the courtroom clear.
Let's try the Arabic one first. What?
I'm just calling for Arabic right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, no, the gentleman for the Arabic interpreter.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit out there so the room's clear.
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, thank you.
Who's GyroLamb?
So we do one of those two special cases first on the suite.
What's that?
Yeah, they're leaving the two sex cases first.
Arabic?
No, Arabic, you got some? No?
Try to.
Oh, choreograph this.
So are you gonna get the interpreter?
I don't know, that's what we're trying to figure out. Because
You want to do
that's
this
why,
guy first?
that guy, we double checked to see if someone spoke, needs interpreter.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. I'm just taking over for signatures.
Do it,
This is Heba. I'm your language.
for Arabic?
Yes, sir. This is Heba.
Okay,
I'm a language Arabic interpreter. My ID
Okay,
number is
well,
7789, and I'm ready for your instructions. Yes.
Okay, we're going to repeat this gentleman. He went through this, but we got the impression he didn't understand everything, so we're going to redo his two cases, all right? And we'll bring him in the courtroom in a second.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
But I just wanted to clarify that the sound is ringing a little bit. I'm having a hard time hearing everything.
Okay, if at any time you can't hear me or Mr. Adam, you can say, please clarify it or whatever you need to do, okay? You won't have to wait for me to say, okay?
Hello?
Sorry. For the interpreter, I do have one question. Your Arabic is from what part of the Middle East?
Yes, sir. My Arabic is from Egypt, and I also speak Standard Arabic.
Okay, because it's my understanding it can differ, depending where you're from, there may be some different dialects, but you don't think that'll be a problem though, right?
Yes, there are some differences in the dialects, and there might be some, difficulty in understanding. However, if I'm unable to understand him or I need to clarify, I will definitely intervene and ask for clarification.
Okay, very good. That's why it's very important to me for that. Okay. Once again, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
سيدي، هل بإمكانك تأكيد اسمك بالكامل وتاريخ ميلادك؟
25/7/1973 حاتم آدم أو حاتم عبد الله عبد السلام آدم.
Could you hear him?
So the date of birth is July.
Oh.
July
Date of birth
25th.
is July 25th, 1973. Yeah. Name is
Yes.
Hatem Abdullah.
Yes. Hatem Adam.
Okay. And sir, is Arabic your primary language?
وهل اللغة العربية هي لغتك الأساسية؟
أيوة.
Yes.
Please let me know at any time if you have difficulty understanding the interpreter's Arabic.
رجاء أن تؤكد معي إذا في أي وقت كنت غير قادر على فهم اللغة العربية اللي بتتحدث بها المترجمة.
حاضر.
Would you need the assistance of an Arabic interpreter to make sure you understand everything that goes on in your cases, both today and in the future?
هل أنت ستحتاج وجود مترجم لغة عربية للتأكد من أنك ستفهم كل مجريات الأمور؟ هذا بالنسبة لجلسة اليوم وكل الجلسات المستقبلية. هل أنت في حاجة إلى مترجم؟
نعم.
Yes.
Okay. So I will appoint an Arabic interpreter to assist you during your case.
تمام، فأنا سأقوم بتعيين مترجم لغة عربية ليساعدك في خلال هذه القضية.
You have two matters before me, both having to do with driving while license suspended or revoked or canceled.
This is the interpreter speaking. Sir, may
Sure.
I please get a repetition?
Sure. On both cases, you are charged with driving while license suspended, revoked, or canceled.
نعم، أنت الآن لديك قضيتين بتهمتين. التهمتين يخص أن القيادة برخصة إما موقوفة أو منتهى أو موقوفة.
The addresses of the two courts you have to go to will be on your paperwork that you'll receive from the officer.
والعناوين للمحكمتين اللي يجب أن تتوجه لهم حيكون موجود في الأوراق اللي حتحصل عليها من الضابط.
Okay.
In the Country Meadows Justice Court, you will have to be there on June 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
This is the interpreter speaking? Sir,
Sure.
I could not hear what you just said.
Sure. You have to be at the Country Meadows Justice Court on June 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
نعم سيدي، يجب عليك أن تتواجد في المحكمة اللي اسمها Country Meadow Justice. هذا حيكون يوم 26 من يونيو أو 26 من شهر 6 الساعة 8:30 صباحا.
Because you failed to appear, that court issued a warrant against you.
ولأنك لم تقم بالحضور المرة السابقة، هذه المحكمة قامت بإصدار مذكرة للقبض عليك.
They wanted a bond to be set in the amount of $545.
وأرادوا أن يكون هناك كفالة بقيمة $545.
However, I am going to release you on your own recognizance. You make sure you make it to court and do not drive unless you have a valid driver's license.
ولكن أنا سأقوم بالإفراج عنك على مسؤوليتك الخاصة، ويجب أن تحرص على عدم القيادة إلا في وجود رخصة قيادة سارية.
You have another charge of driving while license suspended in the West McDowell Justice Court.
ولديك أيضا تهمة أخرى بالقيادة برخصة قيادة منتهية، وهذا في الويست ميدو جاستس.
McDowell.
Oh.
It sounded like you said yeah. I thought you said McDowell. Meadow. It's McDowell.
Yes, sir. Could you please confirm the full name once again?
Sure. West McDowell. McDowell Justice Court.
نعم سيدي، هذه القضية موجودة في محكمة ويست مكداول جاستس كورت، قضية العدالة في ويست مكداول.
On July 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
وهذا حيكون في يوم 1 يوليو أو 1 من شهر 7 الساعة 1:30 ظهرا.
If you do not show up for your court dates in both courts, a warrant will issue for you and you could be arrested again.
إذا لم تقم بالحضور في الموعدين أمام المحكمتين، قد يتم إصدار مذكرة أخرى بالقبض عليك.
Okay. And definitely do not drive unless you have a valid driver's license.
وبالتأكيد لا تقم بالقيادة إلا إذا كان معك رخصة قيادة سارية.
And did you have any difficulty understanding the interpreter's Arabic?
هل واجهت أي صعوبة في فهم اللغة العربية اللي بتتحدث بها المترجمة؟
لا.
No.
واجهتنا.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you. One minute. Yeah.
التيكت الفات انا مشيت المحكمه وعملوه ديسميس حتى ما اديني الورق، يعني انا ممكن اجيبه، ما ستة انه ما مشيت دي ما صح. انا مشيت المحكمه كانت في 107.
Right. Hello? So for the previous ticket, You mentioned that I did not appear before court. That was not what happened. I did appear before court and they dismissed the charges. However, they did not give me any papers from that court. It actually took place at 107, the location at 107.
Okay, sir, I don't know what that issue is, but that's something you're going to have to work out with that court. But make sure you show up for that court date.
سيدي أنا لست على علم بهذه المشكلة، ولكن هذه المشكلة يجب أن تحلها مع المحكمة ذاتها، فتأكد من حضورك في موعد المحكمة القادم.
Okay.
All right, very good. Okay. The interpreter, thank you very much. Salam, okay?
Yes, and this is the interpreter speaking, and thank you
Yes,
for
thank
calling
you.
my bridge for your language needs.
Salam alaikum. You too, bye.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're still working Spanish. Oh, we have Spanish. Let's do this. Gentleman speaks Spanish. The Spanish speaker. The interpreter, just identify yourself for the record, please.
Yes, Your Honor. You have Court Interpreter Roger Mencia for Spanish.
We did it. I had an interpreter about a half hour ago. We had him announce to see if anyone else needed an interpreter. No one raised their hands, but someone else did, after all. So that's why we're here.
Not a problem here.
Okay. Senor, your name and date of birth, please.
Señor, diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento, si es tan amable.
Miguel García Estrada, 29 de septiembre del 97.
Miguel Garcia Estrada, September 29th of 96.
Sir, is Spanish your primary language?
Señor, ¿el español es su primer idioma? ¿Es su
¿Cómo?
idioma primordial? ¿El español?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need the assistance of a Spanish interpreter to help you understand everything that takes place, both your court date today and in the future court dates?
¿Necesita usted la interpretación al español para entender todo lo que se está diciendo aquí y para sus audiencias en el futuro también?
Sí, sí.
Yes, yes.
So I will appoint the office of the court interpreter to provide a Spanish interpreter to assist you today and in the future.
Muy bien, voy a asignar la oficina de la interpretación y traducción para que se le nombre, asigne un intérprete en esta audiencia y en las que tendrá en el futuro.
Okay.
You are charged with unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony.
Se le acusa a usted de un delito clase 5, el huirse ilícitamente de un vehículo de autoridades policíacas.
At this time, I do not find you're eligible to have the court appoint a lawyer to represent you.
A este momento no determino que sea elegible para que se le nombre un abogado nombrado por el tribunal.
You will try to hire your own attorney. If you're unable to do so, you can always ask your assigned judge to see whether he or she will appoint one for you, but no promises.
Usted puede buscar, tratar de contratar su propio abogado, pero o puede pedirle al juez que se le asigne si le puede nombrar un abogado defensor, pero no hay garantías que se lo den.
Your next court date will be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix for a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
Entonces la próxima audiencia será a las 8:30, el 26 de junio, en el 175 West Madison Street, en el Tribunal del Centro de Phoenix.
You will also, you are scheduled to have a witness preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30 in the morning at that same address.
A las 8:30, el 30 de junio, tendrá una audiencia preliminar también en esa misma dirección.
You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Entonces no debe poseer ninguna droga sin receta médica ni conducir un vehículo sin licencia de conducir válida.
You'll be getting out of custody in about 4 hours.
Va a salir de la custodia dentro de 4 horas.
I'm releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services.
Se le da libertad provisional en manos de servicios procesales.
The officer is going to give you a pack, which I understand is also in Spanish, which will explain your requirements.
El agente le va a dar un paquete que también va a estar en español que le va a explicar los requisitos.
You have to make sure you comply with the requirements of Pretrial Services Agency, or else a warrant would probably issue against you, and you'd be back here.
Necesita usted asegurarse de cumplir con todos los requisitos de servicios preprocesales, si no se va a emitir una orden de aprehensión a su contra y va a regresar usted aquí de nuevo.
And make sure you show up for all your court dates.
Asegúrese presentarse a todas las audiencias ante el tribunal.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you very, now I think we're safe now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah. We did Amanda Webster, didn't we? It's still.
Yeah, we did, sorry.
Okay, you did, okay. Officer, who do you want to call next of those two?
Well, we only have one person in here. That's Galvez.
Oh, the other one's a house call, okay. I didn't notice that at first. All right, Ms. Galavis? Okay, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Joseph Galavis, 10/1996.
10/1996?
10/1996.
All right, so you were charged with one count of sexual abuse, a class 5 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be in 175 West Madison Street on June 17th at 8:30. At this time, a witness preliminary hearing is scheduled for June 19th at 8:30. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. Bond will be a secured appearance bond amount of $50,000. Also, if you are able to post your bond, because you can go to a bonding company, you'll have to be on an ankle bracelet with a curfew with hours. You'll be able to leave your home only during hours approved by pretrial services. The electronic monitoring is required as by statute for this type of crime. All right.
The bond, what is it like?
It's $50,000. It's a secured appearance bond.
What is it? What is?
That means you can go to a bonding company and pay a percentage of what that amount is. But you'd have to talk to the bonding company. They do take collect calls.
Okay.
All right. Step to your left, please. And if I didn't mention it already, I did appoint a lawyer for you. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now with the house call. Why is she a house call?
Just really bizarre behavior. She wouldn't get up to come into the courtroom.
Okay.
And among others.
Okay. She's charged with one count of public sexual indecency with a minor present, a class 5 felony, indecent exposure, class 6 felony, and 3 counts of public sexual indecency, class 1 misdemeanors. This is an arrest warrant. She already has an attorney. Bond was set in the amount of $1,500 with an ankle bracelet with a curfew. Not to have any contact with minors. Okay, we are in recess.
That's just over your court, you're just staying in jail, getting out of jail. Once you get in there, name and date of birth, let the judge talk before you say anything. If you say anything dumb, it's recorded, they can usually get it later. So don't say anything, okay? Once you get up there, the judge is gonna read your paperwork. After you're done, everything she just said, or he said, everything he said is on that paperwork, okay? Your court date, court time, bond amount. If you're staying in jail, don't get mad, just try to bond out in the next room. The next room has numbers, you can call it. They're all private companies though, so we put up whatever amount that's different for every single person. So 10% for you might be 15 for him, okay? If you're staying in jail, see medical class and try to relax a little bit with the chat. Relief, maybe 2-3 hours. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is a good for what's your, the guy that circled there? I know he's in here, but I just want to report back. He's a patient. So much. Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Wilson, are you our interpreter this afternoon?
That's right, Your Honor.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening. This is the time for the 5 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on June 11th, 2025.
Buenas tardes, este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial del día 11 de junio de 2025 a las 5 de la tarde.
The court's orders to the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar.
Las órdenes del tribunal de que la oficina del comisario tome sus huellas dactilares y muestras de ADN que fueron realizadas el primer día de este mes deberán aplicarse a todas las causas de este calendario.
I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name.
Voy a hablarles a cada uno de ustedes por su nombre. Por favor, escuchen su nombre.
I'll then announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom.
Y también voy a nombrar a la persona que va a seguir. Esa persona va a tener que sentarse en la silla que está ahí en el pasillo.
I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today.
Les voy a decir cuáles son sus acusaciones, cuándo va a ser su próxima audiencia y si hay algún tipo de medida cautelar.
Let's get started with Arturo Santana to the podium.
Vamos a empezar con Arturo Santana. Por favor, si puede pasar al podio.
And Wilmer Chacon to the chair, please.
Y Wilmer Chacón a la silla, por favor.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señor. ¿Nos puede dar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento?
Arturo López Santana, 11 de agosto del 89.
Arturo López Santana, August 11, 1989.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant.
Buenas tardes, señor. ¿Está usted presente el día de hoy por una orden para su arresto por incomparecencia?
It's for a case involving dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia.
Es un caso que tiene que ver con tenencia, tenencia de estupefacientes y tenencia de micros para consumo de drogas.
I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case.
Voy a asignarle nuevamente al abogado que tenía asignado en este caso.
I'm setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30.
Voy a establecer una consulta de actualización el día 17 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court.
Y una audiencia preliminar el día 19 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana. Ambas audiencias se van a llevar a cabo en las instalaciones del Tribunal Superior en el centro de Phoenix.
I am going to affirm the bond in the bench warrant. That's a $500 cash bond.
Voy a firmar la fianza que está establecida para esta orden para su arresto, que son $500 en efectivo.
If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers.
Si usted puede pagar esta fianza, voy a ordenar que no pueda tener ningún tipo de contacto con los agentes de policía que lo arrestaron.
And no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription.
Y que no puede tener ningún tipo de droga si no tiene una receta válida.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto va a estar por escrito en sus documentos. ¿Tendrá alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Ok, si pasa a su izquierda para recoger sus documentos y pase a sentarse, por favor.
Wilmer Chacon to the podium.
Wilmer Chacón, ahora al podium, por favor.
And Mohammed Megahib to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señor. ¿Nos puede dar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento?
Wilmer Chacón Aguilar, 15 de agosto de 1997.
Wilmer Chacón Aguilar, August 15, 1997.
Is it August 15th or August 18th?
¿Es el 15 o el 18 de agosto, su fecha de nacimiento?
15.
15.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Ok, un momento, por favor.
All right, we are here today on a Justice Court new case out of the Moon Valley Justice Court.
Estamos el día de hoy aquí presentes por un nuevo caso que tiene de el juzgado de paz de Moon Valley.
You were arrested on allegations of false reporting law enforcement, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Usted está siendo acusado de haber hecho un reporte falso a la policía, lo cual es una falta clase 2.
I will find probable cause, and I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Moon Valley Justice Court on June 27th at 10 a.m.
Estoy determinando que sí existe motivo fundado de procesamiento para esta acusación y voy a establecer una vista incoatoria en el tribunal de Moon Valley el día 27 de junio a las 10 de la mañana.
I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date.
Lo voy a dejar en libertad el día de hoy bajo palabra juramentada. Esto es su promesa de que va a comparecer a todas las audiencias que se le programen.
I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers and no drugs without a valid prescription.
También voy a ordenar que no tenga ningún tipo de contacto con los agentes que lo arrestaron y que no pueda tener ninguna droga si no tiene una receta válida.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto va a estar en los documentos que se le van a dar. ¿Tendrá alguna pregunta?
Gracias. Todo bien.
Thank you. Everything's fine.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left.
Ok, sí, recoge sus documentos y pase a tomar asiento.
And then Mr. Wilson, that was the only two that I have listed as needing an interpreter, but can you do the general call to the gallery before disconnecting today?
No problem, Your Honor. ¿Habrá alguna otra persona que requiera los servicios de intérprete en español?
Doesn't look like anybody raised their hand, Mr. Wilson. Thank you so much for being available, but feel free to disconnect at any time.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mohammed Megaheed to the podium, and Helen Hill to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Mohammed Megahed, January 17, 1955.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating term of 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a non-witness violation hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to hold you non-bondable today and grant the request in the warrant. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Helen Hill to the podium, and Cameron Cantrell to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Helen Hill, July the 13th, 1950.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of aggravated assault, which is both Class 3 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not initiate contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, I'm ordering that you find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, that address is my home, a residence, not theirs.
I understand that. So at this point in time, though, I'm not restricting your ability to go back to that residence, but if a listed victim in this case is living there, you cannot also live there regardless of whether you own the home or not. So if they are no longer residing there, you can live there. I'm not restricting that. But if they are residing in that home, then you cannot live there.
Okay.
Okay? All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Cameron Cantrell to the podium. And Shateria Morris to the chair, please.
Cameron Cantrell, 12889.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felonies, 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felonies, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $15,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contact with any of the arresting officers. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Shateria Morris to the podium and Athena Rivers to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Shateria Morris, 061987.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of fraudulent schemes, both Class 2 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $10,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and you must contact your parole officer within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I was just trying to tell you that I have an attorney. His name Jacob Gray, so he'll be at the next court.
Okay, that's fine. I'm appointing one to represent you today, but if you have your own attorney, they can file a notice of appearance, and that'll overwrite my appointment. I just want to make sure you at least have an attorney.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Athena Rivers to the podium, and Todd Martin to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Athena Rivers, 6/13/99.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, which is a Class 3 felony, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do currently share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Todd Martin to the podium. And Zion Kilgore to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Todd Eugene Martin, 92070 North.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 6, 7, 11, and 22 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a non-witness violation hearing on June 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $2,500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Zion Kilgore to the podium, and Alaska Brooks to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Zion Ray Kilgore.
Your date of birth?
04/28/1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 6 and 21 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Alaska Brooks to the podium, and Orlando John to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Alaska Brooks, 07/12/2004.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of trafficking stolen property, Class 2 felony, and theft, control of stolen property, Class 2 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on an arrest warrant. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, wrong way driving, Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony, from an incident January of 2025. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in that case as well. Set a status conference and preliminary hearing on the same dates. That's June 17th and 19th, both at 8:30 as well. I am going to issue a secured bond in your arrest warrant in the amount of $500 and the amount of $1,000 on your new case. So you have a total bond of $1,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Orlando John to the podium, and Nathan Eaton to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Orlando John, 2/25/83.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on your case involving dangerous drug possession and shoplifting. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I'm setting a status conference post warrant on June 17th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,000 cash bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no returning to the scene of any alleged crime, and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Nathan Eaton to the podium. And Ashma Smith to the chair, please. Good evening. You may have your name and date of birth.
Nathan Eaton, 12504.
Thank you. We are here today on an out-of-county warrant out of the Page Justice Court for a case involving criminal damage. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in Page Justice Court if one has not already been appointed to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Page Justice Court on June 16th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the out-of-county felony warrant. That's an $800 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with the arresting officers, and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription.
Yes.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I missed the court date because I'm homeless, so I don't have transportation to go up to Page. It's a 5-hour drive, so I'll see if I can get it down here.
So you will remain in custody until that bond is posted. Okay. If you're still in custody, they'll transport you up there. If you post that bond and you are released, you will have to get up there yourself, but you can talk with processing. Processing can provide you with some resources if you need help getting up there.
Okay, thank you.
All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. Aishma Smith to the podium. And Ali Hadi to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Aishma Smith, 11/18/1997, sir.
Thank you. And I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That was not my intention.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We are here today on two different cases. The first is a municipal court new case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of assault, Class 1 misdemeanors, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of preventing or interfering with a telephone in an emergency, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on June 18th at 1 p.m. We're also here today on a probation violation warrant for violating Term 1 of your probation. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well, and set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in both cases in the amount of $250, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. Finally, I am ordering that if you do post bond, that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. In regards, I know I'm still kind of new to this, so excuse what I'm about to say. So in regards to the first charge, it said aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
So it's 2 counts of assault, simple assaults, which are Class 1 misdemeanors. 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of preventing or interfering with a telephone in an emergency, another misdemeanor.
Oh, okay. I have video proof of evidence to back up my...
So that'll be information you have to tell your attorney about. Okay. We're not here to determine whether you actually did any of these things, just whether there was cause to arrest you on them. Okay. So talk to your attorney about that for the next hearing.
Yes, sir. And also can I have an attorney be appointed to me as well?
I'm appointing an attorney in both cases.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Ali Hadi to the podium and Avante Mitchell to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Ali Hadi, September 11, 2003.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Moon Valley Justice Court for allegations of carrying a deadly weapon under the age of 21, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I believe one has already been appointed to you. And I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Moon Valley Justice Court on June 16th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the failure to appear warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Okay, so in order to be released, I need to pay that bond?
Correct.
Okay. Now I can do that in the next...
Yep, they'll give you more information when you get back to processing.
Sounds good, thank you.
Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Devontae Mitchell to the podium and Justin Fugate to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Devontae Mitchell, 5/27/1989.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 4 and 14 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
What does secure mean?
So that means you can use a bonding company.
All right,
Typically, they require 10% plus collateral.
All right.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. Justin Fugate to the podium. And Mary Levy Babbitt to the chair, please.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Justin Fugate, 11/16/91.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and public nuisance, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause except for the dangerous drug possession allegation. I'm not finding probable cause today. I am appointing you an attorney to represent you, so talk with your attorney about what that means moving forward. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court, and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30 in the same location. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and you must contact your parole officer within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I'm not on probation or nothing.
Okay, I do have a note here that you are on parole, which is different than probation.
Parole?
Correct.
Okay.
So information on your paperwork will have information on how to get a hold of your parole.
I thought it was over that or something.
It doesn't appear so.
Okay.
But talk with your attorney about that, okay?
So will I be getting out of prison?
So you have a bond. You have a bond that you have to post of $500. If you can post that bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you will stay in custody. Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Mary Levy Babbitt to the podium, and Jose Gonzalez to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Mari Levy Babbitt, 11/5/81.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case out of the Santan Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of assault, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Santan Justice Court on June 16th at 8:30 in the Santan Justice Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside in the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Don't.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jose Gonzalez to the podium and David Vanna to the chair, please. Jose Gonzalez.
Guys, let's want to come back in here. Get a bigger bond, 2. Vasquez, put your hands on your sleeves, on your shoulders. Cool.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jose Luis Vasquez Gonzalez, 9/22/97.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating term 3 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond, the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. David Vanna to the podium and Oscar Suarez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
David Allen Banna, 3/26/91.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You are charged with 1 count of taking the identity of another, Class 4 felony, from an offense date listed as June of 2024. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Now, I did have a question for you. You don't have to answer any of my questions. Anything you say in court today is being recorded and could be used against you. I just want to make sure that I have all the information to make an informed decision on your release. I was looking at this, and it does look like you were in court and held on a bond on June 7th at 5 a.m. Did you post the bond in that case already, or do you think you're going to be able to post that bond?
For which court?
It looks like you were brought in on a probation violation warrant for a $250 bond you were held on about 4 days ago.
No, I have not posted that.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do in this case, I'm just gonna set a placeholder bond since you're being held on bond in your other matter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set a $50
For the court
placeholder bond.
Friday, right?
Correct. I'm gonna set a $50 placeholder bond. If you're able to post the other bond, or if the judge ends up modifying any of the release conditions, all you have to do is pay $50 on this case and you can be released. As a part of your release on this case, I will also order that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's gonna be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So bonds total of 300 now?
Correct.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Oscar Suarez to the podium and Daniel Little to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Oscar Suarez, 9497.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case of the Kyrene Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of driving with a suspended license, Class 1 misdemeanor, and exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Kyrene Justice Court on June 30th at 9:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive any motor vehicle until further order of this court. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Daniel Little to the podium, and Michael Chamberlain to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Daniel Little, 12/15/1978.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Santan Justice Court for a case involving extreme DUI. I will set an arraignment hearing in the Santan Justice Court on July 1st at 9 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. It does look like this is a failure to pay warrant, so I'm not going to hold you on this. As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Just one. I just like to say thank you. I was in custody when I was supposed to show up for court, so I appreciate that.
Not a problem. I'm going to release you. Just make sure you go to court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Michael Chamberlain to the podium, and John Floyd to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Michael Chamberlain, 5784.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of resisting arrest, risking physical injury, Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim in this case. The alleged victim does consent to contact or does consent for you to live at the same location. That is permissible, but if the alleged victim revokes consent at any point in time, then you have to find an alternative place to stay and cease communication moving forward. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Go ahead. Mr. Floyd is the house call?
Oh, I had number 20 as the house call.
And
20 and 21 for Emmanuel Mead. Is
no,
he here?
He's here.
Okay. Floyd is the house call?
Number 25. The house call is number 4.
Okay. We'll get that switched up.
And number 25 is also not
okay.
the same.
Emmanuel Mead to the podium, and then Carlos Ramirez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Emmanuel Mead, 05/08/1996.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different probation violation warrants for violating term 3 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney in both matters. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on both matters in the amount of $250. That's $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must have contact with your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So if I have a court date on the 16th.
Do you have a court date on the 16th in this case?
Yeah, I don't believe it's this case, but it's, before, I guess.
Let me take a look. Yeah, I don't see any hearings set on the 16th in this case. Do you have like a misdemeanor hearing? Okay, so if that's the case, let the detention officers know when you get back to processing. If you're still in custody, they'll make sure to transport you and make you available.
Okay.
Okay? Any other questions?
Just to the 18?
Correct.
Okay.
Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Carlos Ramirez to the podium. Good evening, Ms. Scott, number 32.
32, yes.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
December 4, 1974, Blanco Dines Martinez.
Thank you, sir. Is your date of birth January 10th, 1974?
No, it's December 4, 1974.
Okay. So when you were arrested, the officers had put down the January 10th of 74. So let your attorney know I'm appointing you an attorney to represent you so that can be corrected in the next court date, okay? We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. And then, officer, if we can just clear the courtroom for the last one. Number 4 on the calendar for John Floyd, I did have information that he was exhibiting bizarre behavior from Maricopa County Sheriff's officers. So I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell. We're here on a Justice Court new case out of the El Centro Justice Court, arrested on allegations of drug paraphernalia, Class 1 misdemeanor, threatening or intimidating with threat, injury or damage to property, Class 1 misdemeanor, failing to obey a police officer, Class 2 misdemeanor, and obstructing a highway or public thoroughfare, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and set an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on June 26th at 8:30, and I will release him on his own recognizance. I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell and provide him with a written copy of all of his release conditions. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Officers, the gallery now clear?
We are.
Thank you. Fabian, you late to the podium, please?
Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Fabian Martin, 12-1092.
Thank you. And Ms. Scott?
Thank you, Your Honor. Dawn in Paso State.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of one count of luring a minor for sexual exploitation, which is a Class 3 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Ms. Scott, I did receive the state's recommendation on the release conditions. Did you want to be heard further?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state's asking for a $50,000 cash-only bond, electronic monitoring as is required by statute, and no contact with any minors. These requests are based on the nature of the charges. The subject allegedly communicated with what he believed to be a 15-year-old child and made arrangements to meet up for sexual contact. We are concerned that he's a danger to the community.
Thank you, Ms. Scott. So, sir, I am going to set a $50,000 bond, but I am going to make it a secured bond. That doesn't mean you can use a bonding company. However, if you post that bond, there will be some pretty severe release conditions that you have to follow. If you violate any of these release conditions, you could end up right back here on a much larger bond, so please take these very seriously. I'm going to order that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release, so an ankle monitor. I'm also going to order that you not have contact with any of the arresting officers. You're not to have contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting with legal counsel. I'm ordering that you not possess any no drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions about my orders?
I might need help on some of the bonding stuff because I don't know how to get the process of it. So
You'll receive additional information on the bonding process when you get back to process.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, that's
okay. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Ms. Scott, anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Sir, go ahead and grab that from the officer and then take a seat in the gallery.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'll be right.
Ms. Scott, can you badge out?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure you weren't stuck. Have a good night. That does conclude the 5 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 8 p.m. Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening. This is the time for the 8 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on June 11th, 2025. The court's orders to the taking of DNA fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'll then announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's get started with Janunin Patton to the podium and Abdul Touré to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Dejan Patton, August 28, 1998.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of theft of means of transportation, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court.
Okay.
Because you were on felony release on another case when these new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable today. But I am setting an evidentiary hearing on June 18th at 1:30 p.m. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can argue for your release at that point in time. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. Abdul Touré to the podium and Isaac Garcia to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Abdul Touré, October 18, 1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated robbery, Class 3 felony, and aggravated assault, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no, you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Isaac Garcia to the podium and Nathan Poe to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Isaac Garcia, 10-490.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. I am setting a status conference in the downtown Superior Court on June 18th at 8:30. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $25,000 secured bond. Now, I do understand that you're being held non-bondable in one of your other matters, so make sure you don't post that bond until you know whether you're bondable in that case.
Okay.
All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I just have one question. I'm already going to court for that assault, and I have court for it next month on July 17th. I was just wondering how come they're charging me twice for it if I'm already going to court.
So the issue was that there was a warrant filed by pretrial services because you allegedly violated your release conditions. So that's why they are asking to remand you back into custody on this issue. So I am going to affirm the bond that was in the warrant that was issued after that request was made to the court. So talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for a modification of any of my orders if that's appropriate, but that'll mostly depend upon your other case in which you were being held non-bondable.
Okay. And do I still have court on the 17th for that?
Likely that hearing might go away or be rescheduled because I'm setting a hearing on the 18th of June, so that's a sooner hearing because of the arrest warrant. It's possible that the court keeps that court date, though. Double check with your attorney at the next hearing.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Nathan Poe to the podium and Bruce Bagley to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Nathan Andrew Lee Poe, 3/2/1990, and so you know what is not my name.
Thank you, sir. May I have your name and date of birth, or may I have your name and date of birth?
I just answered
We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, obstruction, Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney.
No citizen, national security can have a lawyer appointed.
Sir, I have a lot to go. Okay, go ahead and take a seat. Go ahead and take a seat, sir. We'll convert that to a house call. I'll conduct the rest of his hearing at his cell. Bruce Bagley to the podium, and Shavor Simpson to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Bruce Bagley, September 4 of 1970.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 14, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $5,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I need to pay $500 to get out?
That's 10% plus collateral if you go through a bonding company. That's correct.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, I have a job. Is there any way I can get that lowered a little bit?
So as of right now, I'm going to affirm what your judge put on the warrant at this point in time. The allegations are that essentially you have not been maintaining good communication with probation. And you're not following some of the other allegations or your conditions of probation. So I'm going to affirm the bond right now, but talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for a modification if that's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and take a seat. They'll bring your paperwork shortly. Shavor Simpson to the podium. And Danielle Waters to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Shavor Simpson, July 29, 1985.
Thank you. We are here today on a grand jury warrant. You were indicted on one count of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, from an offense in November of 2024. I am going to appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on June 18th at 8:30. I am going to affirm the bond in the grand jury warrant. That's a $2,500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I already had a lawyer for, I got a pre-bond lawyer, so I'm not sure how should I let my pre-bond lawyer know, because I'm really confused, because now I got two lawyers in different cases, so I'm not really know how should I go about this.
So do you have an attorney that's appointed to you?
Yes, sir.
So it should be the same attorney.
It's going to be the same one?
Yeah, it'll at least be the same office. I'm appointing the same office, but normally they give you the same attorney on both cases.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. Danielle Waters to the podium, and Douglas Dalrymple to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Danielle Waters, 523-93.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm your attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I am setting a status conference post warrant on June 17th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the failure to appear warrant. That's a $2,500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Douglas Dalrymple to the podium and Orlando Moreno to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Douglas Dalrymple, Hotel 84.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. They are both failure to appear bench warrants. The first case is on a case involving drug paraphernalia, and the second has a case involving dangerous drug possession, narcotic drug possession, and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I am setting a disposition hearing in the downtown Superior Court on June 17th at 8:30. I am going to affirm the bond in both warrants. It's a $2,500 bond on both matters. I'm also going to set a status conference on the same date, June 17th at 8:30. I am going to have the same release conditions on both matters. I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release.
Okay.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Orlando Moreno to the podium and Anthony Soto to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Orlando Moreno, January 25th, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating term 3 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So, I'm staying here to my next court day, right?
So, unless you post that bond, correct.
All right, yeah.
Grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Anthony Soto to the podium and Kyle Adams to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Anthony Soto? Anthony Soto?
Your date of birth?
08485.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here on a probation violation for violating term 1. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well and set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond on both matters in the amount of $250, so that's $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, so, just the thing is that, you know, because it was, the drugs was not caught under my possession. It was in my, it was my dad's vehicle, you know what I mean?
So talk with your attorney about that. We're not determining whether you actually did what they say you did at this point in time. We're just determining whether there was a basis for your arrest in the first place. You do have the ability to take this to trial and actually fight the allegations that are against you. So talk with your attorney about what your options are moving forward.
All right.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Kyle Adams to the podium. And Andrea Gonzalez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kyle Adams, 9/25/86.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 4, 5, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I also have court for probation on June 17th.
In this case or in a different probation case?
It's the same probation case, yeah.
Let me take a look. Okay, I do show that you have a non-witness violation hearing in front of Commissioner Boyle at that point in time. So if you do have a hearing, they will transport you if you're still in custody. If you post bond on this matter, then you will have to make sure that you get to court by yourself, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Andrea Gonzalez to the podium and Natalie Gomez to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Andrea Nicole Gonzalez, 7/26/84.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for failing to appear in your probation case. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you if one has not already been appointed. I am setting a non-witness violation hearing on June 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $300 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I had spoken to my attorney, and he said the warrant was squashed and that I had court set for the 17th. The arresting officers did hear the voicemail that my attorney gave me. I also have court June 15th for my juvenile for my son, and if I don't appear, I'll lose custody, and I don't have that money to pay for the secured bond
I've been trying to do what I need to. This is why I got in contact with my attorney, because I did show up to court late that day. The day when they rescheduled, because I did go to court initially when I was first set up, and then they rescheduled it because they had no report in. And that day I did get to court late, so I did get in contact with the attorney. He did put in the paperwork for the warrant to be squashed. I got in a message stating that I have court June 17th.
So, a couple of things. Your attorney did file a motion to quash the warrant. That motion was ruled on your probation judicial officer, and that motion was denied. A hearing was set to discuss the failure to appear warrant, but your judicial officer on your case intentionally left that warrant still valid. So I cannot release you on this warrant because it does appear at least that your assigned judicial officer wanted to keep this warrant.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, for interrupting, but what will happen as far as my juvenile case?
So are you saying that you have
I have
a
my
child
son
that
that
has
is in custody.
Okay. Is he in the Department of Child
Yes,
Safety?
he's in child safety, and I have court to appear with him on the 15th. If I do not appear, it'll show as they will take my rights away if I don't appear in court.
Okay. So the dependency process is pretty complicated, so I want to make sure that I understand where you're at on that. Are you saying that you have a trial on a motion to sever
I
your
am
parental
fighting
rights?
to get my son back.
I understand.
So I have an open.
But where are you at in terms of that case?
I have
not
lost, my rights have not been severed. We are
So
still
to your knowledge,
family
do you
reunion.
know if a trial has been set on anything?
What do you mean, a trial?
So you have multiple stages of the dependency proceedings?
Yes, right now it's that child reunification, so.
Okay. So if the case plan is child reunification, that does not mean that you have the ability to have your rights severed, at least at this point.
Well, the judge, every time he has said, if we failure to appear, we will have our rights severed.
Okay. So at this point in time, you can let the detention officers know that you have a juvenile court case. If they can make you available for that hearing, they will make you available. You will also have access to the phones when you get back there. If
I
you
have
can
no
contact your attorney,
information.
I would suggest contacting your attorney. But the mere fact that you have a juvenile case does not mean that I'm going to release you on this one.
I understand that, but I am trying to comply. I have done everything. I even had to be in rehab today, and I'm here.
Okay. Well, you're
I'm
in front
doing
of me
everything
because
in my
you
part
failed
to
to
try.
appear on your probation violation case. So, I mean, I don't know if that's completely inaccurate idea of what's going on overall.
I understand that. That's what I'm going to rehab
Either way,
for.
I'm going to affirm your prior judicial officer's warrant at this point in time. The warrant, it stated that you have a bond of $300. I'm going to affirm that. So if you can post that bond, you can be released. Otherwise, you will remain in custody. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Natalie Gomez to the podium and Robert Scarf to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Natalie Gomez, 2484.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Robert Scarf to the podium and Michael Acuna to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Robert Scarf, October 22nd, 1983.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 4, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. I'm going to their classes, and the UAs that I missed, I had a back injury. It was really bad. I had to get pins in my back. But I'm really confused on what I'm doing wrong because I'm trying really hard to be compliant. I go to school full time. I work odd jobs. I'm working on my associate's degree. I almost have it. And I stay at home with my wife. And I go to their classes, but I switched to a different treatment. I'm going to De Nova and instead of Teros. And I'm just really confused on what I'm doing wrong because I'm trying to do everything right.
So, sir, at this point in time, probation has filed a petition to revoke your probation. What they're stating is that you have violated terms 4, 7, and 15.
I don't know what that means.
And term 4 is that you refuse to actively participate and cooperate in relapse prevention services, that you were discharged from Teros unsuccessfully, that you were in SAGE counseling, and SAGE counseling discharged you for failing to attend. And then term 7 is that you have missed 20 drug tests, it looks like, just in the last 6 months. So all of this information is allegations against you at this point in time. I am appointing you an attorney. Your attorney can go ahead and contest any of these allegations with you, but at this point in time, I am holding you on that bond.
I understand, sir, but I'm in treatment.
And sir, today is not the day to litigate whether those allegations are true or false. I understand you likely have a lot of issues with those allegations, but that's something that your attorney is going to have to argue in court.
And the bond is $500?
$250.
Is it cash only?
It is a secured bond.
What does that mean?
That means you can go through a bonding company. Typically, they require 10% plus collateral.
Thank you for your time.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Michael Acuna to the podium and Brandon Gausin to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Michael Edward Acuna, 02-2275.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Right.
Brandon Gausin to the podium and Jorge Padilla to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brandon Gausin, August 21st, 1984.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 5, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Jorge Padilla to the podium and Felipe Monroe to the chair, please.
That's yours, go ahead.
And sir, can you put your hands out of your shirt for me, please? Thank you.
He is being held on another charge.
Mr. Padilla is?
He is.
Out of which court?
$200 bond on fee.
Okay. So good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jorge Padilla, 6/30/1998.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Now, Mr. Padilla, I have a couple of questions for you. Now, you don't have to answer any of my questions, and then anything you do say in court could be used against you. So if you don't want to answer my questions, you don't have to. But I've just had an indication from the detention officer that you had a bond set in your Phoenix case for $200. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was inclined to let you out on your own recognizance on this case. But if I release you on this case and you're unable to post a bond on your Phoenix case, then you're still going to remain in custody and you don't get credit for time served in this one. If you'd like, what I can do is set a $50 placeholder bond on this case so that you at least start generating credit for time served if you're unable to post a bond on your Phoenix case. Okay. I'll leave the decision up to you.
I'll do the second.
The second option? Okay. So I will go ahead and set a secured bond in the amount of $50. That is going to change your dates a little bit. You're actually going to have a quicker court hearing. Give me 1 second. I'll get you those new dates. All right, that's going to change your status conference to June 17th at 8:30 and your preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30. Those will still be in the downtown Superior Court, okay? Yeah. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat. We have to reprint your paperwork. They'll bring it to you in just a moment. Felipe Monroy to the podium and William Gregory to the chair, please. Felipe Monroy.
Put it down.
I am. Sorry, sir.
Sorry.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Felipe Monroy, January 12, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services today, so you're going to get an envelope as you leave court that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. I'm also going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription.
Okay.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you, Judge.
William Gregory to the podium, and Kayleon Shepard to the chair, please. That's supposed to be Shepard.
He's answered to it every time I say it. So.
Okay. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
William Gregory, February 1st, 1986.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court. It's for a case involving drug paraphernalia. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. in the West Mesa Justice Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I am also going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. I did note that this looks like it's your first failure to appear warrant on this case. If you do get another one, you'll likely have a bond next time, so make sure you get to court, okay?
Yes, sir.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Any questions?
Nope. No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left.
Are you held on anything else, or you're released on another case?
I'm supposed to go to rehab tomorrow morning.
So you're released tomorrow morning? Okay.
Yeah, I might have a couple more to make.
Sorry, Your Honor.
No, you're fine. Kayleon Shepard to the podium, and Juan Duarte to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kayleon Shepard, 11/29/1994.
Thank you. Mr. Shepard, can you spell your last name for me?
SHEPRAD.
Okay, just want to make sure I didn't have the spelling wrong on that.
Yes, sir.
We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal trespassing, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Juan Duarte to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Juan Carlos Carranza Duarte. I'm 0309-1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the University Lakes Justice Court. It's for a case involving knowingly displaying a false license plate. I will set an arraignment hearing in the University Lakes Justice Court on July 1st at 1:30 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. It does look like this is your first failure to appear. Just make sure you get to court. If you miss another court date, you may be held on bond next time. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Antonio Ortega to the podium. Give me 1 second, sir. And officer, can we just verify that only the last 3 matters are still in the gallery?
That is correct.
Thank you, officer. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Antonio Ortega, 7/30/81.
Thank you. We are here today on a grand jury warrant. You were indicted on 1 count of sexual conduct with a minor, which is a Class 2 felony. That's from an incident in August of 2001. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Downtown Superior Court on June 18th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $25,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also going to order that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet. You're prohibited from possessing a weapon, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Christopher Espinoza to the podium. And then we'll have Ryan Vickers to the chair, please. Yes. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Christopher Soto, December 11, 1995.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 9 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, all Class 2 felonies. I will appoint you an attorney as I am finding probable cause. I am setting a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a cash bond today in the amount of $150,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also going to order that you not have contact with the arresting officers. You're not to have any contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting with legal counsel. And I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
What was the accusation again?
It was 9 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, all Class 2 felonies.
Exploitation, sir?
Correct.
Could you clarify what that
So
means?
your attorney will go over the actual allegations with you, including the legal definitions of all the allegations. The allegations against you today that you possessed materials that put children in a vulnerable position. So your attorney will go over the actual details and the allegations with you at the next hearing. Okay.
The information of the next
It'll be in
hearing.
your paperwork. Correct. Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork and have a seat. Ryan Vickers to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Ryan Vickers, August 19, 2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, Class 2 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a cash bond today in the amount of $150,000, and I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I am going to set a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. If you do end up posting that bond, there's other release conditions you must also follow. I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting with legal counsel, and you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. And then we do have 3 different cases that are listed as house calls. For number 8 and 9, Mr. Poe was disruptive in court and refused to continue with his hearing. Based off of that, he is being disruptive and he would be a danger to himself or others if he were kept in court. Number 14, Giselle Quintero, she was non-acute suicide watch. And then numbers 11 and 12 were acting inappropriately in general population. So based off of all of that, I will conduct their initial appearances at their cell. For Nathan Poe, we're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation. On the new case, arrested on allegations of resisting arrest, physical force, Class 6 felony, obstruction, refusing to provide true name, Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint an attorney, set a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. On his probation violation, I will appoint an attorney, set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a cash bond in the amount of $10,000 on his probation matter and a secured bond in the amount of $10,000 on his new case. I will review all of this with him at his cell. Number 14, Giselle Quintero. We're here on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of custodial interference, Class 3 felony, criminal damage, Class 5 felony, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and appoint an attorney, set a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, and I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $5,000 with pretrial services supervision and electronic monitoring. Finally, we're here for Jonathan Weir. We're here on 2 different failure to appear bench warrants. I will affirm both attorneys on each case, set a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, and I will set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on the other matter on June 18th at 8:30. All of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I will set a secured bond in the amount of $250 on the first case and $500 on the second case. I will conduct each of these initial appearances at each of their cells and provide them with a written copy of their release orders. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
All right.
Oh, have a seat. Okay, are we on the record? All right, this is the 11 p.m. initial appearance calendar. I'm going to call you in individually. You'll state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I'm also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. Now, if it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in that jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept collect calls. If it's a cash bond, then you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I've set any release conditions, like no contact with the alleged victim or no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to remain released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim, and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, you're going to come in and you're going to go behind the podium. When we're done, you're going to leave, and the court staff's going to give you your paperwork. That paperwork is going to show you your charges, whether you were appointed an attorney, where, when, and what time your next court date is. Then it'll tell you whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and then it'll have a list of all your release conditions. Purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, your current charges, Arizona law, and any failures to appear. Also, if another judge has set a bond for you. And finally, the court's orders the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month, June 2025, shall apply to all matters on this calendar. William Cruz, come on in. And then Anthony Valdez to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
William Dean Cruz, Jr., 4/13/1968.
All right, you have a failure to appear warrant for 2 counts of aggravated DUI while license is suspended or revoked. Those are both Class 4 felonies. Now, you already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, June 19th at 8:30. Because you missed your sentencing pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2b, the judge who signed the warrant asked that you be held non-bailable. So you'll be held non-bailable until that court date. I don't know if they'll proceed with the sentencing or not, but you'll be held at least till then. Okay? All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Anthony Valdez, come on in, and then Evan Lawrence to the chair outside the courtroom. All right, sir, state your name and date of birth.
Anthony Valdez, 8/22/1978.
All right, you have two matters. The first one is a Superior Court arrest warrant for one count of theft of means of transportation. That's a Class 3 felony. You already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30, set a $5,000 bond. Then secondly, you've got a probation violation. For your probation that you're on for two Class 4 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated terms 6, 7, and 8. You already have a court-appointed lawyer on this case. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30, pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2c. You'll be held non-bailable till that next court hearing. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Evan Lawrence, come on in. John Olajikin to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Evan Taylor Lawrence, 6/23/99.
All right, you've got a grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on one count of a prisoner possessing or making contraband. That's a Class 2 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment.
What's the contraband, ma'am?
Contraband, something...
Or what is the contraband?
I don't know, because this is a grand jury warrant,
Okay.
and grand jury proceedings are secretive.
Okay,
Okay, but your attorney will be able to find that out.
okay.
Okay, and I have.
'Cause I'm here on another page 2 from prison, and I don't understand how they can just keep stacking page 2 on top of page 2 on top of page 2.
Well, this looks like it's a new grand jury warrant. The only thing that I can tell you is the date on this is December 14th of 2024. I don't know if you have other charges that might have different offense dates.
Yes.
But this is from December of 2024.
Okay,
But your attorney will be able to get more information.
okay.
Okay, so your next court date will be June 18th at 8:30, okay? The grand jury judge set your bond at $25,000.
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff.
What's the next conference? I mean, the next...
Well, it'll be on your paperwork, but I'll tell you it's the 18th of this month. All right, John, come on in. Virgil Galloway to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
John Olajikin, August 15, 2005.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of endangerment, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30, set a $25,000 bond. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot have any contact with any minors, or you cannot possess any weapons. Understood?
Swear.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Virgil Galloway, come on in. And Faustin Capolemba to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Virgil Galloway, 6/25/1996.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of aggravated assault impeding breathing. That's a Class 4 felony. One count of disorderly conduct, one count of an assault, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. Set a $10,000 bond. absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, which means no email, no texting, no calling somebody else to call the victim, no contact whatsoever. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. Foston, come on in. Michael Meyer to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Faustin Capalembo, August 17, 1989.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of animal cruelty or neglect, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. I set a $3,600 bond. You also have a special condition of release that you cannot care for, own, adopt, or have any custody of any pets. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Michael Meyer, come on in. Matthew Bocci to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Michael Meyer, 4/19/1966.
Okay, you have a probation violation warrant for your probation that you're on for a Class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, June 18th at 8:30. You've got a $2,500 bond. You know what? Print this one out again because I forgot to hit the... If you bond out, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Got it? Get your paperwork. They'll bring it to you. I forgot to hit the... You have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, get your paperwork.
All right, thanks.
Matthew Bocci, come on in. Rogelio Castillo to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Matthew Baki, 5/30/81.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony, one kind of knowingly displaying fictitious plates, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30, set at $2,500 bond. If you post that bond, you're going to be on an electronic monitor, an ankle monitor. Because let me just tell you, the county attorneys asked for a bond of $25,000 because you have a prior for this same type of offense. I did not impose that, but you are going to have an ankle monitor.
Okay.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. Rogelio Castillo, come on in. Derek Soto to the chair outside the courtroom. Okay, sir, state your name and date of birth.
Rogelio Joseph Castillo, 5/23/1990.
All right, you have two matters. The first one is a probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony. Now, you already have a court-appointed lawyer. Probation is alleging you violated your probation by getting new charges. That's called a Term 1. Plus, you failed to appear for that hearing. Your next hearing now will be an arraignment, possible disposition, June 18th at 8:30. Set a $2,000 bond. Now, the new charges that you have, you failed to appear for one kind of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, and one kind of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony. Again, you already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, same day, same time, June 18th, 8:30, and I set a $2,000 bond, okay? You also have a DOC hold. All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Derek Soto, come on in. Michael Beekman to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Derek Soto, 10/1992.
Okay, you've got a Superior Court arrest warrant for one kind of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. I've set a $2,000 bond. If you post that bond, you've got a long list of conditions you're going to have to follow. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Michael Beekman, come on in. And then Jermaine Alphas to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Michael Beekman, 8/16/82.
All right, you have two matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. One kind of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. Let me tell you, I did not find probable cause on the dangerous drug charge. Let me tell you why. I did not see on the summary that the police officer did any kind of testing on whatever substance it was. So because of that, I cannot find probable cause. But let me tell you, if they do test it at a later time, they might refile it. I don't know. But at this point, you only have the possession of drug paraphernalia on this charge, okay?
Okay.
All right, I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. I've set a $900 bond on this. Now, you also have a second charge of probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 3 felony. Probation is alleging you violated terms 6, 7, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, June 18th at 8:30. Set a $2,000 bond on this. If you post these two bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Over here, sir. Over here, sir. Jermaine Alphas, come on in. Aaron Casey to the chair outside the courtroom. All right. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Jermaine Alphas, August 8th, 1996.
All right, you have two matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony. Now, based on your financial affidavit that you filled out, I can't find you indigent. So you can do one of two things. You can either hire your own attorney, or secondly, when you go to court the next time, you can fill out or tell the court more information about like any debts that you have or people that you're supporting or something like that, if you think that you can't afford an attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. I've set a $1,500 bond on this. Now, the second one that you have is a municipal court warrant. This is from Tolleson Municipal Court for one kind of shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. Now, this is a failure to pay, so you have some fines. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on June 16th at 8:30 for an arraignment. I just set a $50 bond on this, okay? So you'd get credit on this charge as well as the first one if you can't bond out, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, because I can tell you that they asked for a $500 bond. I reduced it to $50.
Okay.
Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Aaron Casey, come on in. Timothy Coppedge to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Aaron Casey, 12/8/91.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. One kind of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. One kind of resisting arrest, Class 6 felony. One kind of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, Class 3 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I was just kind of confused because when they
Okay, you got to speak up.
I was kind of confused when they approached me. Like I was just sitting on the curb, and they said that I was trespassed, but I had never been trespassed before.
Okay, well, you can talk to your attorney. Let me tell you, you have 4 failures to appear in 4 felonies, and I only gave you a $900 bond.
I'm having trouble with my dad's the only one working right now in my mom's family, and my dad's really old. Like, and I literally don't want. I would like to be able to, if I could be on like an ankle monitor or something.
Yeah, cool. I am not lowering the bond because this is a low bond considering your history.
I understand that. I'm just saying, could you put me on ankle monitor, please?
Nope, I'm not lowering the bond. Get your paperwork, sir. All right, Timothy, come on in. Robert Jones to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Tim Popovich, 4/20/61.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. Yeah, and you're also on probation, so I don't know if probation will you're on probation from Yavapai County, so if you bond out on these, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. They could file a probation violation. Right now, I didn't see it yet. Okay? All right, get your paperwork. Robert Jones, come on in. Albert Santabenez to the chair outside the courtroom. Counsel, we only have about 5 more left.
No problem, Judge. Thank you so much.
Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Robert Jones, 10/28/87.
All right, you've got an out-of-county warrant. This is from Pinal County Superior Court. You're on probation there. I don't know what level felony it is, but it is a felony. I can't appoint you an attorney there because this is Pinal County. They're going to have to appoint you a lawyer there. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, 2 days, June 13th, 8:30. Okay? The judge there set your bond at $500. All right? If you post that bond, you still have to make that court appearance in Pinal County. If you don't, they're going to come and get you and bring you there.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Albert, come on in. Damian Roberts to the chair outside the courtroom. Okay, sir, state your name and date of birth.
Albert Santabenez, 8/24/1995.
You've got a failure to appear warrant on charges involving 1 count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. These allegedly occurred May 20th of this year. You already were appointed a lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. And when you fail to go to court, the judge set your bond at $250. All right? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Damian Roberts, come on in. And then Tricia Allen to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Your Honor, Damian Isaiah Roberts, 1475. Oh my goodness. 12504, I apologize.
No problem. You've got a Justice Court warrant from West McDowell Justice Court for a probation violation. That's a Class 2 felony. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, June 16th at 8:30. They had asked for a $2,500 bond. I reduced it to $100. Okay? $100.
It's a Class 2 felony?
No, Class 2 misdemeanor.
The probation violation? Oh my goodness, I thought you said a felony. Oh my goodness.
No.
That's a Class 2
I might have. I might have.
Yeah, you did. It
I'm
is late.
glad you corrected me.
It's early,
Which,
it's late.
yeah,
Oh
which
my
is why
goodness,
I didn't feel $2,500 was appropriate.
Okay,
$100.
okay. When is the next court date?
It's gonna be on your paperwork, but I'll tell you again, it's the 16th, so.
16. Thank you so
It's like
much, Your Honor.
Monday.
You have a good one.
Okay. Probably did. I don't know. Tricia Allen, come on in. Hayden Wilkes, to the chair outside the courtroom. Ma'am, state your name and date of birth.
Tricia Allen, 21484.
Got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, one count of possession of narcotic drugs, both Class 4 felonies. One count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, June 26th at 8:30. I am going to release you on your own promise to go to court. Now, let me tell you, did you hear people that failed to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
You get a bond when you fail to appear. So the one thing people get afraid of is they get released and then they feel like they're going to be taken in if they go to court. As long as you don't have any more problems, get arrested again, most of the time I've released you, you show up for court, you get to leave.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So the worst thing you can do is miss court.
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork. Hayden, come on in. Richard Height, to the chair outside the courtroom. Your client will be after these two.
No problem, Judge. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Hayden Wilkes, July 20th, 2000, I think it is.
Okay, that's what I have. All right, you've got a municipal court new case from the town of Fountain Hills for one count of an assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of interfering with the use of a telephone in an emergency, Class 2 misdemeanor. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, June 30th at 9 o'clock. Now, I am going to release you on your promise to go to court. Oh, I might have to edit this one again. I'm sorry. All right. So here's the deal. You cannot return to the alleged scene of the crime.
Okay.
You live there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do.
Well, I live out in Florida, but I'm helping them. I'm currently helping them move. Like, they're all handicapped in the house, and I'm the only, I guess,
all right.
person that
what I'm going to tell you is you cannot return to the alleged scene of the crime, and you cannot not have any contact with the alleged victim.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if they move or whatever, circumstances might change, but you're going to have to talk to your attorney about it. But here's what I'm going to do. On your order that you're going to get, it's going to allow you to go to the house one time, okay? Let me finish writing this out. So what this says, it's called a civil standby. It's going to be written in here, okay? And what you can do is you can call, you're in Fountain Hills, so I think that's the sheriff's department.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah. So you're going to call the sheriff's department, and you're going to say that you have a civil standby. It's going to be on this. You can just read it. From the paperwork that I'm going to get you. You get to go there one time.
Right.
And then they'll be there, and you can get your personal belongings, like your clothes and any hygiene products and things like that, okay?
Right.
But make sure that you have this paperwork, because it allows you to go there.
Okay.
All right?
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get back to Fountain Hills from here? Because last time I had to walk, that took me like 2.5 days, and it's not really a great method of travel, to say the least. So if I can't reach out to them, like the only I know is my mom who tried to put this against me. That's the only phone number that
it's the state that charges, okay?
Understandable.
But do you have any other friends or relatives?
Not out here, no. I don't live out here. I'm just helping them, and she decided to.
Yeah,
all good. So I have to walk back again?
I don't know what to tell you.
So, okay, then it's getting pretty hot out.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if there's any buses or.
There's no bus that goes to Fountain Hills so I have to walk again. Okay. All right, okay.
All right, good luck. Get your paperwork. Over there, sir. Richard Height. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Richard Adam Height, 2/14/83.
You have a Justice Court new case for one kind of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, Class 3 misdemeanor. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, July 1st at 1:30. I'm going to release you. Don't go back to the alleged scene of the crime. You can't go back there. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, get your paperwork. All right, while you're clearing the calendar, can you tell me why I need that cleared. Why Rebecca Price is a house call? Do you know why Rebecca Price is a house call? Number 12.
Being disruptive in writing.
Okay, Rebecca Dawn Price, date of birth 11/24 of 1991. She has a Superior Court new case alleging 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 felonies. I did not have any information to determine indigency. Her next hearing will be a status conference, June 17th at 8:30. I set a $20,000 bond. All right, I think we're clear, right?
Yes.
So we can take David Butlock. All right, counsel, you can come up with your client. All right, state your name and date of birth.
David Botluck, June 19th, 1987.
Okay, and counsel?
Thank you, Judge. Howard Dworman on behalf of David Botluck, stands to my left and in custody.
All right, you're here in Superior Court grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on 4 counts of sexual conduct with a minor. They're all Class 6 felonies. They're different dates, April 11, 2017, February of 2018. Those are the 2 dates I have.
Yes, okay, I was going to say, I believe.
Yeah. All right, and then you have counsel.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
All right, counsel, did you want to be heard?
I would, Judge. So, Judge, for the record, I filed a limited notice of appearance.
Could you speak up, because this is very annoying to hear people.
I could imagine. Judge, I filed a limited notice of appearance in this case. I've only been retained for the initial appearance, as of this point anyway. So I would ask the court to find my client indigent and appoint him counsel. Okay. I understand my client didn't complete the financial affidavit. I did speak with him. My client earns $2,000 a month in income. He works full-time as a supervisor in the retail industry at a guitar center. His monthly financial obligations are $500 a month, leaving him with $1,500 a month. So I would ask the court to find that to be indigent and appoint him counsel at this point.
Yeah, given that you're an officer of the court, I will accept your avowal, and that will then make him eligible for a court-appointed lawyer, and so I am appointing you counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, if I may be heard to release conditions, there's a couple concerns I have. One of which I was talking with the deputy. I don't know if you'd noticed that a moment ago. His partner is new and seems to be...
His what?
His partner?
Yeah.
Is new. I don't believe he has a lot of experience. My client's paperwork was left face up on that table as all the other inmates walked by. I have noticed that and turned it back over. But I don't know who's seen that. So obviously there's concerns for my client's safety considering the nature of the charges. I would ask the court to consider that, and would ask the court to release my client to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. He has no prior criminal record. He's 37 years old, about to be 38. The alleged dates of offense, this court's aware, are 7 and 8 years ago. My client is not a flight risk. His home is here. His job is here. He hired counsel as of this point. He also does not have a passport. So I don't believe there's any reason for him to be a flight risk. He also has not had any contact with the alleged victim in this case since 2019. And Judge, I don't want to make an argument on the facts. I will say that the Class 6 charge indicates the age of over 15. My understanding for speaking with my client is the age of the alleged victim. This would have been her 17th year into her 18th year. Is the reason for the April to April date range. So, Judge, I would ask the court to strongly consider that and reduce the bond in this case to 0 and allow him to be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring so he can get back to his work and continue doing things that he has been doing for the last 8 years, 7, 8 years, remaining a crime-free lifestyle. I can tell you I'm incredibly curious if I am hired on this case to read the grand jury transcripts and see what evidence there is. I certainly question it, and I know that the Form 4 indicates nothing about probable cause because of the grand jury indictment. So this is one of those cases, Judge, that there's enough unique twists, and certainly with my client's safety concern at this point, seeing as the accident that was made here, I would ask the court to strongly consider that. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. So your next hearing is going to be an arraignment, June 18th at 8:30. Let me just tell you, I do not have the ability to change this because we have been told we cannot change any grand jury bonds over $10,000. So I have to impose the $75,000. And then pursuant to Arizona law, if you would post that, it is a secured bond, it's not cash. You will have to be on electronic monitoring. Do you have any children of your own?
No.
Okay. So then I am going to order no contact with any minors, no contact with the alleged victim. Obviously you're going to have the ability to file a motion with the next court. Your hearing is a week from today.
Judge,
on the 18th.
Just as a point of procedural posture, Judge Rahman will not hear motions to modify release conditions at the not guilty arraignment. He'd have to wait till his initial pretrial conference, which hasn't been set, and I would imagine would be about 5 weeks, maybe 6 out.
Yeah, I can just tell you that I am not allowed to reduce this bond, so your next hearing is going to be that arraignment, June 18th at 8:30.
May I be heard, Judge?
Pardon?
May I be heard?
Yeah.
With all due respect, I understand that the court may have policies that it has to follow. From a legal perspective, you are a judge and you do have the ability, if you feel that exercising discretion would be appropriate, you do have the ability to modify the release condition or to change the bond amount. So just from a legal perspective, Judge, I would ask the court to consider that and maybe find it appropriate at this point.
All right, it's noted that I'm not going to change this. This judge felt it was an appropriate bond. I don't have the information that that judge did at this point, so.
Would the court order the sheriff's department to keep my client in some kind of protective?
Yeah, I'm going to ask, how will he be separated then?
He has to request that on his own.
Okay, say that again. I can't hear you.
When he sees classification, he has to request protective custody on his own. He can't point that.
Okay. Would you like protective custody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so when he sees classification, he needs to let them know that.
Okay.
Do we know how long it'll take for him to get to classification?
That's when he leaves here, he's going to go over to processing, and that's when he'll talk to classifications.
Will there be any other inmates around? So, and again, just, my concern is with what somebody may have seen.
Okay, well, what we can do is we can put them in an isolation cell in the hallway, keep them away.
Perfect.
You want to do that?
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, they'll bring you your paperwork.
As soon as she lets me know.
I have a couple of DUIs I have to do that are time
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
before we do the
Thank
house
you, Judge.
call. Thank you, counsel.
Pizza?
Yeah, just go with them.
Yours.
Yes, thank you. This is yours.